Okay, how's it going, everybody? Nick Daniels here yet again. We're making sure everything is working on my end. I think I've got everything a little bit better here for the stream, so I think we're gonna stop freezing constantly. I'm pretty sure we've got that all figured out. So basically, I'll explain that here, just as we're kind of getting things situated here. But basically, the video bitrate YouTube allows. I had to change down. My bitrate was way too high. My bitrate was, yeah. You don't even want to know. You don't even want to know the number. But it was up there. Yeah, it was up there high enough that it was not working very well. And I noticed in my past live streams where I would do this with the face cam that things would not it would not play up very well because everything would just be freezing constantly. Not the audio, ironically, it was the video that would freeze. So I thought that was very interesting and something different. So anyway, that kind of being said, here we're gonna talk to you. I'm gonna talk to you guys here for about an hour, something like that. This will be obviously on the channel later, so even though we just started, so nobody's in it the second here. That's kind of why I can just kind of get on and do it, because people will just kind of come in when they do, right? And of course, if you watch it live on the channel after, it's perfect. Or not live, but post. So I got a couple things I kind of want to talk about here. I actually had to write a couple down here just so I know where I'm at. So yeah, I got four main topics, so we'll just kind of start with one very simple one here. This isn't really much of the rant, but basically, I see we're about 160 subscribers, so right off the get-go, I want to thank you guys for that, by the way, and girls. There could be a couple of females watching. I don't know why I doubt it, but anyway, if there are, yeah, thank you so much for watching. But yeah, just the support on the channel's been great. It's been consistent. It's been going great. You know, it kind of makes me want to do this more, right? And that's kind of what I said there. I think I might have mentioned that one time in a live stream when I was doing the Twitch live streams, which I'm still content if I'm going to... I'm not content, sorry. I don't know if I'm content on doing them still, because I wouldn't say I wasn't enjoying it, but it just wasn't for me. So, if you don't know what Twitch is basically, Twitch is a platform where you go on and you're like mainly live streaming video games, right? And I kind of felt like maybe that wasn't for me. You know, I gave it a try here a little while ago. I had a couple people come in and we were all playing games and shit, but at the end of the day, right, it didn't to me pan off like this is something I really wanted to keep doing like 2 hours a day. I wasn't getting that enjoyability out of it. And when I do these live streams here like that, I feel like they go a little better, you know, get a little bit more viewership. You know, and keep all my eggs in one basket, right? Why start an audience on Twitch and YouTube when I can just do it all on YouTube? So I see we got one person. Thanks for tuning in, by the way. Appreciate it. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. So I don't know right now if I'm going to be doing the Twitch streams anymore. And if I do, like, how sporadic will they be? I mean, it's only been, like, maybe a week since I've done one. It's really not been that long. But it's not even, like, my schedule doesn't abide by it. It's, like, literally just, like, sitting down to it. I'm not really enjoying doing it that much. You know, they're okay. But, like, it's not something that I would really want. I don't think I'd really want to do, like, every day, like, 2 hours, just sit right down, and I'm just in the zone. I just don't think I can do that. And I'm absolutely fine with that decision in my end, so hopefully, I don't think anyone on the channel's massively upset. If I had to guess, anybody who subscribes to this channel is because it's the stuff on camera, right? It's not, okay, like, you know, oh, he plays Mortal Kombat 11, let's describe the hell out of that. I mean, my one video was a rant on Plenty of Fish, and it's got like 26,000 hits, you know? It's not Mortal Kombat. It's Plenty of Fish. Which actually, I'll get into that in just a second. How you doing? Oh, thought I had a burp. I didn't. Okay, so... Excuse me. So, that kind of being said, actually, I didn't get Plenty of Fish again, if that's what you're going to ask. But I ended up getting this dating thing on Facebook you can get. This Facebook dating, I guess it'd be an application? Because it's on Facebook. It just says dating. And I think it's been going actually rather interesting. And I also retried that Bumble. So I did a Bumble review. Bumble is it's an application that the female must message first. So it's the same concept as like Tinder and all the rest, where basically you swipe left or you swipe right. Right is interested, no is left. And if you both do, she has to make the contact within so many hours, or it just deletes. It's just gone. and she can't message you. And if she messages you and you don't message, it expires, but it like stays there. And then I guess you can like pay money to reactivate the chat, or I guess you can just like delete it. You can just get rid of it. So I think that's a really interesting concept, and I am trying it again. It says I have like 6 people liked me, but like no one's in the area. So I'm wondering, because like the way Tinder will do it is like Tinder's like, okay, let's say Buddy, or not Buddy obviously, but she swipes right on me. She's like 100 kilometers away. My range is only 50, right? I'm only looking up to 50 kilometers. Well, all of a sudden when I'm swiping, it'll come up with the distance. One person will come up and they'll say 100 kilometers. I already know they swipe right on me because it's like they're that far out. So it kind of automatically like sends it to me. Bumble doesn't do that as far as I can tell. Bumble is like you have to go to that area, right? So they might be up in Halifax, which is like so many kilometers away, right? I'm only looking up to 50, so maybe I have to look up to 100. I don't know. Or I have to go to that area first. I don't know either. So that's actually, now that I think about it, that's probably something I should try, is up my distance and see if I can find them. Because you never know. Might be able to say hi, right? See how it's going. Alright. So, now that we're kind of said that, this isn't much of a rant. We're only 6 minutes in here. But let's rant. That's what we're here for. So, a little story for you guys. So, I go out for, I'm going out to Wings last week, okay? And one of the guys, or both of them, that I went with actually might watch this rant at some point, whether it be right now or it might be later. One of them did say he was going to tune in. And so I'm just going to play with something on my phone here real quick while I'm saying the story. That's professional, but you know what? Pound sand. So anyway, yeah, so like I said, we go to Wings there the other night, just up at the old restaurant here. So there's like a little pub up in the town, right? And that's the idea, right? We're going to go out, we're going to get it's wing night. Get a couple wings. Slap a couple of them into you. We're going to feel good about it, right? So, oh, look at that. Actually, I just tried this Bumble shit. I just mentioned it. I'm like, I'm going to opt the distance. First one, match. How you doing? Oh my god, second one, match. How you doing? Oh, fuck. I thought the third one would go. Fourth? Fifth? 6? Okay, 7. It's got to be 7. Nope. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, nah, fuck. I'm done. That's it. So anyway, yeah, like I said, we go out. We go out to Wings, and I don't want to sound like a dick, but there's like this bunch of high school kids, right? They're probably like 16 years old, most. And they come in there, and there's a couple girls there, and they're just, they're waiting for the wings. And man, and maybe it's just me. Maybe this is just me, okay? But I see this. And I don't think anything of it. Whatever, right? Have yourself. Have some wings. Okay? And I just like randomly look over, like 2 minutes later. I just glance in that direction. They're on their fucking phones. All of them. The whole table. Phones. Like, I'm not even like joking you. Like, they're not even like, just kind of like quickly, and they're talking and they're shooting the shit and they're just kind of playing, right? Like what was a second ago, even though I still can't focus fully on that conversation. Dude, I'm not even joking you. They're all like leaning into the table. And they're just glued, and you can see it though. They're just scrolling, oh man, like it just like eats me up inside. I'm not even joking. Like it actually kind of does. Like my stomach just twists in pain. Like I see this and I'm like my God, like what is wrong with society? And like I said, maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm the odd one out, right? And like this is a normal act in society, and I'm sure it is. At this point, it's gotta be, because that was inhuman. But let me get another sip here, and I'll tell you more about it. So, like I said, I see that now. Obviously, there's not much I can do. I can't go over there, right? I can't say something. I talk to the boys, right? And I tell them, like, I mean, that's kind of fucked. And I don't agree with that at all. And they're just kind of like, oh, that's like a regular thing now, right? Like that happens everywhere. It's like, dude, like if I see somebody walking, right? I'm walking this way. I'm walking forward, and they're walking straight towards me. And how like you're in the same line of path. Like at any given point, if someone didn't move, we'd walk into each other, right? Okay, that's fair. But this guy is just staring at his phone as he's walking. Like he's not looking up. I purposely try to walk into him. Just see what they do, right? Like I just like, and I realize like I'm being kind of a dick, um, but I can't help it. I find it's like honestly, it's like I just find it extremely enjoyable. Oh, that's awkward. you, you don't even want to know what just happened there. Let's just avoid that one altogether. Uh, oh, how you doing? All right, I recognize these people. I'm still playing on the Bumble while I'm doing this video or this live stream, um, and one of them was fucking pregnant, in their picture. Uh, that's yeah. I'm not really feeling that at all. I'm not gonna lie. And then the other one I've already seen before. I was like, oh god, we're doomed. I shouldn't have swiped. Um, but anyway, fuck it. Um, but man, like it just blows me away. Like I can't get over it. Um, and obviously, I mean, I'm still talking about it, so obviously, it's eating me up just a little bit. I mean, not a lot, no. But like, what I don't understand, and I'm sorry, I'm still playing on my fucking phone here, but I'm just checking something real quick. Yeah, that's nothing. Like, think about it this way. Okay, think about it this way. And this is actually another example. So I had a friend there years ago. We used to be friends, and we went out to Pizza Delight one night. And he's like, "Hey man, you want to go to Pizza Delight, have a bite to eat, kind of thing, shoot the shit, right?" Absolutely, cool. Hey, he's like, maybe I'll even buy you a soda, right? Whatever, like just laugh, right? Couple bros, right? So we go out, and we're sitting at the table, and I was just kind of like leaning back, chilling, right? Arm up, one of these, right? And just kind of like, yeah, man, like, how's shit going? How you doing? Like, just guy talk, right? And I quickly noticed there was a problem. And, and maybe I'm in the wrong here, but you know what? I feel like I got the freedom to express my opinion here. And that's what this platform's for. This guy's just texting, right? He's texting in front of me. So we're like sitting at the table together though, but he's like literally texting as I'm trying to talk to him, and he's not getting anything. He's not getting anything out of it. So like I'm saying things and he's not like responding, and if he is, it's just kind of like a quick like, okay, yeah, right on, right? Like nothing to me that symbolizes like, yeah, like I'm totally into this conversation. Um, yeah, none of it, not a drop. So, oh, thanks for watching, by the way. So we got another person here, by the way. Cheers. And I also pointed at the fucking. I got the live stream over there, like I'm watching it. So I'm pointing at my live stream. I should be at the camera. But anyway, like I was saying though, so this goes down, and I'm just getting so infuriated, right? Because it's like I look at it as like disrespect. It's like, dude, like I'm there with you, right? We're there to have a bite, and this is kind of how this goes, right? And I'm not into this. Like if I wanted to hang out, if I want to hang out with you and just let you scroll on your phone and play on Facebook and shit or whatever you're doing, I don't know. Maybe you're sending a picture. I don't know what you're doing. But clearly, whatever you're doing is more important than the person in front of you, right? And that's kind of the vibe I get, right? That's what I get. Well, anyway, he had the call. So his lady called him up, and they had like a chat, right? And it's like awkward because it's like I don't know what to do, right? I'm just kind of at the table. He's just chatting with his girlfriend, like they're just having a full conversation. Not even like, hey man, like I'm sorry, I'm in the middle of something right now. I'm out with Nick, having a bite to eat. Can I call you back in an hour? Right? No. So I had to like just sit there and just endure, like just endure this horrible pain of just not being able to do anything. And that went on for several minutes. And I mean, luckily enough, Buddy like at least got off the phone when food came. I was like, thank God, we can at least have a conversation. And it actually was really funny because he like laid the phone out on the table. You ever see that? So they'll like lay the phone down on the table, face up, face down, don't matter. It's on the table, and it's still there because it's not out of their mind yet, right? It is there. It's like going to a job and just like playing on your phone the whole time. Like you're just waiting for the boss to be like see you later, right? It's one thing, like that's why like you always see like the companies and they got like rules, right? They're just like no phones in the work area because it makes sense, right? You just won't want people on it. I wouldn't say necessarily that a cell phone is addictive, but I mean what comes with it is, right? It's what's on it, like the applications, the texting, right? It's everything, right? The messenger app, like, oh man, people are fucking hooked. And I'm not gonna lie, I like my phone. It's actually pretty nice. I paid for this like S9 Galaxy S9 thing. And, like I said, I can play my little pool game on it. I find it entertaining, actually, and it kills time. Like if I have like 40 minutes where I'm stuck somewhere and I'm just like, man, I really need to kill 40 minutes, and I don't really know where to go or what to do. I just like sit in the car, rock the pool, right? I play a couple billiards matches, and then I just like slap her in the pocket and drive off. And it's great too. Like I use it for like my organizer, like for keeping tabs on what I'm doing, right? But besides that, I'm not like on there every day, like hitting up Instagram and again like scrolling up my Facebook feeds. I couldn't care less. But another example to this too is I went out one day to pool, or to pool, but I went out to play pool, and a buddy of mine invited me out there, a good high school friend of mine, and we go out, like I said, we go to play pool, and if you're not aware, pool's normally played by two individuals, right? One and obviously the opponent. So it's just him and I, right? There's nobody else there. It's just him and I. We're chilling. And I go to shoot, right? And I don't think I really took that long, right? I take a couple seconds there, I line it up, right? Didn't get it in, okay? And I look up, and he's texting. And I'm like, hey, bud, your shot, right? Doesn't hear me, right? Doesn't, because it just doesn't focus, right? It doesn't, like, that's everyone, right? They're just kind of, they're into it. So I was like, okay, that's fair. So I was like, I'll wait, right? I'll wait a minute. He'll come around. So he did. He did come around, and then he would quickly take a shot. He'd fire off a shot, right? All right, cool. And it was funny because they didn't notice it right away, right? So he would make the shot, and then I would continue mine, and I'd look up, and he'd be texting again. And I was like, okay, right? So I was like, hey, bud, come on. We're playing a game here, right? So, yeah, oh, sorry, man. And he'd shoot, right? So what I did that time, though, is I waited, right? I actually waited. I didn't take the shot. I waited. And sure enough, before I even, like, looked at the table to try to figure it out, and he had the phone right back out. And he just stands there, right? He was just texting. And I was like, dude, like, this is weird, right? Like, this is fucked, right? Like, why invite me out? So I bit my tongue for a while, though, and I kept playing. And we played, I can't remember if it was 3. I think it was 2 games we played. 2 games took 45 minutes or something like that. Normally, I clean a game up in less than 6 minutes with somebody. Like, it's usually pretty good. It's back and forth, right? Take a shot, next guy takes a shot. I get, like, 2 in, he gets 1 or 2, right? Whatever. I get, like, next 3 in, he gets, like, 4. He's, like, freaking out, right? We're having a good time. Someone sinks the 8, we win. Right? Whoever wins, right? And you move on, you re-rack it. And, yeah. And, like, this happens, right? And it took, I swear to God, it took that long. I timed it. And at the end of it, so the end of those couple games, buddy's like, hey, man, you want to play another one? And I was like, okay, right? Like, yeah, we can play. Yeah, rack it up, right? We'll play another one. And then I got sick of it right away. Like, right as soon as I went to shot, I just waited, right? And I looked up, and he was texting, and I called him right out. Maybe I shouldn't have, I don't know. And I said, listen, do you mind? Right? Like, I'm trying to hang out with you, have a good time, and you've just literally been on your phone the entire time. And buddy's like, oh, I'm sorry, right? I'm just talking to people, right? Okay. Well, I'm trying to talk to you, right? I'm trying to have that conversation. And that's a problem, right? I mean, I'm not saying don't look at your phone. I'm not saying that. But I'm just saying be curious, right? Like, if we're playing a game of pool, I don't mind if I'm shooting, you flip out your phone and take a quick text or something. But, like, literally to the point that I was just walking around the bar waiting. Like, we're talking, like, minutes of just waiting, right? Like, just full into a conversation, and, yeah, I just took my pool cue, and I just started pacing around the bar, killing time. Because, like, man, like, what am I going to do, right? And buddy was even, like, rushing his shots. Like, he'd go in, and he wasn't aiming or anything. He would just quickly go in, shoot it real quick, get it over with, right? So, I think we got 3 games in. I could be wrong. I think we got 3 in total. And after the final one concluded, buddy was like, all right, what do you say, Wayne? One more? One more for the night? And I was like, you know what? I'm actually going to pass. I was like, I'm sick of it. Like, I already told you. And, it, I'm sorry. Like, I know, you know what I mean? You kind of feel a little bad about it, but, like, if you really did, you would have put the phone away a while ago. And you wanted to play, and then you could have chatted up buddy afterwards. Like, if I'm ever in a conversation and I'm going somewhere with, like, a couple individuals and we're going to do something, it's the first thing I tell them. I'm like, hey, man, like, I'm going to be busy for, like, half an hour. I'll get back to you in a bit, right? Or, like, I wait for a good opportunity and I quickly drill out a text if I need to. I find a text message is kind of like an email in a sense, if you think about it that way. It's kind of at your convenience, right? I don't necessarily look at a text message and be like, I have to get back to it effective like right now. Like, my God, like the guy, it's an emergency at all times. And I understand things are going on, right? And, people have busy lives. But at the same time, like I said, be courteous, right? Be courteous to other people, especially that you're in your vicinity, right? If you're going to hang out with some people, kind of think about that, right? Put others before yourself, right? And in their position. Because I'm telling you, it's really greasy when that happens. Because it's like there's like nothing you can do, right? You just kind of sit there and you're like, oh, okay, well, that's the hand that's dealt. So yeah, that was like a 20-minute rant on just one topic. I think that's pretty good. So this is just how my rants work. It's just this is exactly how it goes. Is I always just kind of I just kind of hang out, and then I just kind of think of an idea, and I just kind of roll with it. And I always find if I can bring in like an experience in my life, it kind of helps solidify my idea, right, or my thoughts, right? Because if I can say something like, hey, this happened to me, X amount of years ago, well, I think that looks better, right? I really do, and it just helps. It helps do the rant, right? That's why I don't know. No one's ever really asked like how I get how I get going on the rant videos, but that's literally it. Is I will sit there, I will just like randomly think of a topic, and then if something comes to mind that's like, what, fuck, that ain't too bad. Like I kind of think about it, like, is it relatable to me in any way? Is it relatable to the audience in any way? And if it's any of those, like, then what, it's just a bonus. I mean, really, fuck them, right? They don't really care. So another thing I want to talk about here real quick that just I find was kind of funny, and I kind of heard about this the other day, was somebody was telling me something about a high school where there was like a bunch of kids vaping or something in a bathroom. I really didn't know that was a thing. I know this vaping thing has been like catching on. Supposedly that's like a big thing now. Is like you gotta go vape, you gotta like rip a vape. But like seriously though, like to go like into a high school washroom and just start like ripping vapes. I don't know if I actually like agree with that or not. I gotta be completely honest. My gut tells me no. My gut just says it. Like don't get into that. That there's nothing good for you there. Like, dude, like, come on. Like like I said, like, is this common sense? Like, I thought you weren't supposed to smoke in a washroom. Like, is vaping that much different? Like, no, I don't really know anything about vaping. I don't partake. I haven't partoke. But I'm telling you, I assumed it was kind of, you get smoke going up in there. Wouldn't that still put off a fucking smoke alarm? And especially in a washroom, in a school washroom too. Not even like just like a random public washroom or something like that. Like, I find that's a little weird. So like I said, maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm weird. I mean, I think I'm pretty weird. I don't know. It's Nick Daniels. How you doing? But yeah, that's just kind of that. I don't really know what else to say, to be honest, about that, actually. I didn't think that one out very much. I just kind of brought it up. But it's still, I find it like really weird and not normal that people would be doing that. I don't think it's the right thing to be doing. I don't think you go into a public washroom and vape. I don't really think you smoke inside at all, actually, to be honest. I normally don't think that's the right thing to do, right? I think you hit it outside. But maybe the vapes are just that much different. I don't really know. I'll be completely honest, I really don't. It's just something I haven't got myself into too much, and I don't have much expertise in the matters, and yeah, I'm okay with that. So kind of talking about the live stream here and kind of where we're at right now. Not specifically like in the one right now, but just kind of like in general. So I think the format I kind of have an idea. So kind of what I want to keep in mind with these live streams is they're not going to be like particularly long live streams normally. I think normally like half an hour to an hour is kind of what I'm looking at for a format. But I want to make sure that it's at a specific time. So the same time this Saturday I'll be live streaming. Yeah, so it'll be like the exact same time that this one is up. Eastern time there, Atlantic time, whatever you want to call it, 9 p.m. So whatever time it is right now for you guys, this will be the same time, Saturday, that I'll be streaming. And I have put a little schedule here, so I think it'll notify Anyone who's subscribed to the channel? I don't really know. But I'll be coming out, and I'm going to bring a couple extra topics, and I'm going to get like a little bit, I wouldn't say like practice, but I'm going to make sure I solidify that before I get in. So like that, oh, excuse me. So that I know, right? I have those down. So when I walk into the live stream, it's not even like a question. It's just like go in and do it. Get it done. And I think that'll be a good idea. I think that's a good idea. And I think it's going to really, I think that'll really pan out for me. Because keeping a consistent schedule with this YouTube stuff is going to be a lot better, especially where the stream's a little smaller. You know, it's one thing if the stream is like, okay, we're going to have like a 2-hour stream and, you know, random people can just jump in at any point and it's just going to keep going. So it's not a big deal, right? Like it's going to go that full 2 hours where it's half an hour. Sometimes that half an hour is just to get people in the first place. And then, you know, the odd person comes in, they jump out, they jump back in. Someone else comes in, they drop out. You know, that's kind of how that rolls. So yeah, like I said, I want to make a schedule. I want to have topics that are like pre-made, coming in like they're all written down, and I can just kind of go off like, you know, like just start nailing them off. If you guys ever do want to have a topic discussed on the channel or in the live stream, by all means, make sure to comment it, let me know, and yeah, like I'll be right on top of that if I can, right? I'll get right on top of that like white on rice. Because it's a good opportunity, right? It's a good opportunity to get to hear what you guys think, and it's also a good opportunity to, you know, kind of get some interaction, right? Not just on my end, but like just with me and the audience, right? Kind of keep those as one, which is, you know, obviously something that I'm, you know, I'm into. So that kind of being said, we're gonna wrap up the 4 minutes, and then I think I might actually call it there at the half an hour mark. I think that'll be perfectly fine. You know. Could go a little longer, but you know, why bother? Yeah, that kind of thing. But like I said, so Saturday, 9 p.m., we're going to be doing another little live stream here. Obviously, videos throughout the week. One Punch Man video is out tomorrow. So that's, oh god, I don't even know. Episode 5? Is it episode 5 already? And then another Game of Thrones review will be coming out the following Monday. Attack on Titan is Sunday. Which that's been really good, but that Game of Thrones has been shit, and hopefully you saw that review. Yeah, the final episode of Game of Thrones is going to be bad, and I might actually put a whole live stream up after that too, and kind of discuss that. Actually, you know what I really should do, actually, is I should do a live stream while I watch Game of Thrones. That would actually be pretty, that's a good idea. Up here. So I might watch it Sunday night. Like right after it comes out, right? I can watch it and do Game of Thrones like afterthought or like thoughts and afterthoughts. So it would be like an hour and a half live stream, but it would be me watching it. I wouldn't show it, but it'd be me watching it, and then like you just see me and I'd be talking about it while it's playing. So hopefully you would just watch the episode, and then you could see like my live reaction, and then I would actually put a review out after that. Or something, or maybe I'd do it in there. I don't know, and like crop it out, put it to its own video kind of thing. I don't really know. But I think that's actually a good idea now that I've mentioned it out loud, that maybe I could do that and bring that to the table, right? So you just saw the episode, you're like up in arms about it, and there's some guy, he's like, man, I'm watching it right now. Here it is. You know, here's what I think while I'm watching it, and then I'm just start maybe like ripping it apart. Because that's, I mean, to be fair, that's what's going to happen. Is I'm just going to rip that thing apart, man. The whole thing's been bad. Obviously, we can't talk about Game of Thrones because that would be spoilers. I didn't put spoilers in the title or Game of Thrones anywhere in the description of the title, so we can't discuss such matters today. But we can talk about those sometime during the week. We can get into that. Obviously, as the final episode approaches. By the way, that's like literally it. That's like the last episode they're ever having of that. And then apparently there's like some spin-off series or something that's coming out, which is probably going to be a bunch of Bologna. So anyway, with that kind of being said, we're in the last minute. We're on the home stretch here of a half an hour live stream. I want to thank you guys for watching live and then post, coming in after. That's awesome. So I appreciate the support of the channel. I like the subscriber count. It's getting up there, man. It's 160. I'm thinking I'm going to get one of those documentaries of Before You Were Famous. You know, they'll start making an exhibit out of my house and like seeing where I grew up and stuff. I think that'll be kind of cool. And other than that, Again, I just thank you for your continued support on the channel. Man, it's awesome. I love coming up to YouTube now. I've been really liking it the last while, like more and more and more, man. I'm getting way more excited to be here and do my thing, entertain you guys. So with that kind of being said, we're going to end the live stream at 30 minutes. Obviously, it's not going to be 100% accurate. It just says over here I've been live streaming for 30. But as OBS says, it's actually been 30 minutes and 13 seconds. So yeah, with that being said, thank you so much. And if you've been watching after the live session, just on your own time, thanks for watching as well. Ryan Hunter, how you doing?